All right, guys, I'm just going to show you how to graph a quadratic function. You've learned how to graph linear equations. Let's see what happens when the exponent is greater than 1, in this case 2. So let's first understand what a quadratic function is. It's a function that can be expressed by the equation f of x, or sometimes known as y, which is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c, where a is not 0, a meaning the coefficient is not 0. So once this is not 0, we have a quadratic function. If not, we'll just have good old bx plus c, which pretty much looks like a straight line here, right? So the graph of a quadratic function is called a parabola. So that's what we're graphing today, parabolas. And if the graph opens up, it means that a is greater than 0. So that means if we have some function or quadratic equation here where a is greater than 0, your parabola will be graphed, it will be upwards, right? However, if a is less than 0, right, you will have a parabola. So meaning if you have like a negative function, the graph will go downwards. Sorry for the sound effects, but I'm moving on. So let's understand first what the vertex. So here we have what a parabola looks like. So we have it, this is a parabola where the coefficient of a is greater than 0, right? It has, the vertex is usually found at the bottom. And when it's less than 0, the vertex is usually found at the top, right? And then there's something called the axis of symmetry, right? Axis of symmetry, which is be some value of x. So it's where you will graph an x line, right, that goes through the vertex, right? And let's see how we handle that. So first, let's understand what the vertex, right? The vertex, as I said, of a parabola is the point where the least y coordinate when a is greater than 0. So you'll find it at the bottom, okay? Least y coordinate, find it at the bottom. And the point where the greatest y coordinate is when it's greater than 0. So you'll find it at the top, highest y coordinate. The line that passes through, as I mentioned earlier, the vertex is parallel to the y-axis, and that's called the axis of symmetry. So you see this line here, axis of symmetry, which will be some value of x. It's x equaling some type of value that we draw a vertical line. Remember when we learned that when we were graphing, if you have x equals some type constant, it's a vertical line, and if you have y equal a constant, it's a horizontal line, but we're not dealing with that. In this case, this is called the axis of symmetry, and it's parallel to the y-axis, right? You see that? Parallel to the y-axis. So here we go. So vertex and axis of symmetry of a parabola. So let's talk about if they're asking you to find that. So what happens? Here they are. So it's actually an equation that you can be the equation of a parabola. So let's back up. So let f of x, where a of x squared plus bx plus c, which is not where a is not equal to 0, be the equation of a parabola. Okay, the coordinates of the vertex are negative b over 2a and f of negative b over 2a. So this is actually my x and this is actually my y, right? So what it is really, the y part is where you take the value of x, which is here, right? And you'll plug it in back into the function. That's what that means. F of negative b over 2a is actually plugging my x, f of x, back into the function, and you'll find some value of y for a coordinate, right? So that will be the vertex. And then the equation of the axis of symmetry is just x, which is equal to negative b over 2a. So basically this x point here is also your axis. While this is your vertex, this x point here is also your axis of symmetry. So let's see what that looks like in a function. So here we have an example of a function, right, which is negative 2x squared plus 4x plus 1. What can you tell me about the parabola here? Here we have our coefficient a equal negative 2. What do you think will happen with our parabola? That's right, it will open up downwards. All right, so let's see what that would look like. Good. So here we have our function f of x equal to negative 2x squared plus 4x plus 1. So let's see if we can graph this first. Let's identify our vertex. Right, and remember our vertex is a formula, coordinate points for x and a y value, where x is negative b over 2a and y is f of negative b over 2a, f of x. So let's identify first our coefficients, our a, b, c, etc. So our a is negative 2, which is the coefficient of the first term, x squared term. Our b is 4 and our c is 1. So let's plug and play. So here we go. It says negative b, right? So that's negative 4 over 2a, right? Remember, a is negative 2. And then we're going to find what that value is, and we're going to plug it into our function, right? So that's 4 over negative. All right, so let's see what this is. This is actually looks like it's negative 4 over negative 4, which is 1. So this is 1, and the other one is f of 1. All right, so let's see what f of 1 is. So we'll plug that back into our function, which means every value of x, which is 1, will be plugged into the function here where x will be. So this is negative 2 of 1 plus 4 of 1 plus 1. So that's negative 2 plus 4 plus 1. So here we have negative 2 plus 5, so 3. So f of 1 is equals to 3. So my vertex is actually 1, 3. So I have my vertex. And remember what we said our axis of symmetry is? There we have our axis of symmetry. And we said that that's x equal to negative b over 2a, but we don't have to go through that shenanigans again. We already found our value of x right here. So my axis of symmetry is x equal to 1. So if I was to sketch my parabola, right, just sketch it. It's not really done here. I'm just giving you a start to just sketching it. First, I could identify my vertex, right, which says that when where is it? It's right here. This is a coordinate point. It's my vertex. It's saying when x is 1, y is 3. Yeah, guys, definitely can't make this video public. So yeah, when x is 1, y is 3. So my vertex is going to be somewhere here, right? And of course, my axis of symmetry is 1, which is right here. And then I could possibly sketch my parabola, which I know will be going downwards because the leading coefficient a is negative, right? Now, it's not my advice to just sketch this. Now, if you're just asked to find the vertex and the axis of symmetry and then create a sketch, it's fine. But before you can actually sketch a better parabola, I advise you find a few random points. Yeah, I advise you find a few random points for x and then plug it in the function to find a value for y to get you coordinate points. So we already have the vertex at 1 point, right? Let's see what happens when x is 0, right? When x is 0, I can see that my y would be 1, right? Plug it back in the function. All these would cancel. My y would be 1. So let's see if we can plug that there. When x is 0, y is 1. So right here I have a line. So we can connect these two here if we choose to, right? Connect these two. Let's see what happens when x is 1. Well, we already did find that when x was 1, y was 3. That was the vertex. So let's see, just try negative 1. Let's just try some really small points. Let's see what happens. So that'll be positive 2, negative 4 plus 1. That'll be 3. And that'd be minus 4, which would be minus 1, right? If did I get that correctly? If x is negative 1, negative 1 squared is 1. Oops, be careful. Negative 1 squared is 1. So that'll still be a negative 2. Apologies. So it's actually negative 2, negative 6, and negative 1. And positive 1, which is negative 5. So when x is negative 1, y is negative 5. So let's say somewhere here. Just sketch it right here. So here we got the line going here. All right, let's see if we could find some value that would help us sketch it on the other side. Let's try 2. Let's try 2. What happens when our x is 2? Let's see. That's 2 squared. That's 4 times 2. That's plus 1. So 2 squared is 4. 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. Plus 8 plus 1. Whoo, look at that bad boy. So these 8 cancels. And now I have 1. So when x is 2 right here, y is 1, right? So it's actually, this is my true sketch right here, not that ugly thing that I made earlier, right? There we go. So it's always good to select at least 3 to 4 random points. 3 to 4 random points. Now I would say that it would be ideal that you can also find your x and y intercepts, but not every function you're able to factor to get your x-intercept. Okay, so for example, let's say I wanted to find the x and y intercept of this function, which is basically going to find me the points of intersection. If I find my x and y intercept, the points where the parabola intersect and my vertex, ooh, it would be so beautiful. But not every function I'll be able to give a perfect factor. So here, as in the case of this one. So let's say if I find my x and y intercept, remember what they are. Right? It says when x is 0, y has a value b, and when x has a value a, y is 0. So basically set x equal to 0 to solve for y, and then set y equal to 0 and solve for x. So let's see what happened here. So if I have my x is equal to 0, perfectly I get 1. So that would be 1 point of intersection, which is actually right here on the line that we find. But what happens if I set my y equal to 0? I'll have 0 equals to negative 2x squared plus 4x plus 1. So of course you know you don't want your leading coefficient to be a negative, so I'll factor out a negative 1 there in this equation, and I have 0 equals to 2x squared minus 4x minus 1. Now, if you take a look at this, if I try to do the AC method, I'll get negative 2. There's no no two factors of negative 2 that when I subtract it will give me negative 4. So I will either have to use the quadratic formula or either have to do, some other type of way to find factors. And who knows, I'm not, it's not going to be imaginary, of course, because we have a parabola. But you see what's happening here. So in this case, if it looks like when you set your f of x equal to 0, you can find two perfect factors that will give you two values of x so you can get intercepts, right? If not, just pick random values. Just random values to sketch your graph. All right, you know how to reach me if you have any questions.